Hello, Way Mountain Temple. Sarah, can you say something to make sure we can hear you? Can you hear us? Can you hear us online? Yes. Way Mountain Temple. Can Sarah hear us? Sarah, can you say something as a translator? Audio test. Vietnamese translation. Venerable Shenren, can you say something as a test? I don't see Sarah speaking. I don't think they can hear us or something. Yeah. But people on Zoom can hear us. Way Mountain, can you hear us? If you can hear us, raise your hands. People on Zoom, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Venerable Shen, would you like me to call Sarah? I can call her.
Yeah, it seems like Way Mountain is not responding. Can anyone from Way Mountain talk to us? They cannot hear anything. Yeah.
They don't hear you, so maybe I can call them.
They don't, meaning something changed here. Because can you, Venerable Shen? I'm not sure what. I apologize, give us 1 sec. Venerable Shen, something happened. They touched the mixer.
Venerable Shen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Venerable Shenren.
But I'm talking through Xianren, not from Vietnamese translation. So I think there's something wrong with the other one. Because I talk through Viet translation, but then it sounds like nobody can hear me.
Okay.
Okay, Venerable Shen, I just informed Sarah, so they are talking to someone.
Thank you.
Zhihong, can you say something through the translation channel?
All the sound is on mute.
Oh, I can hear Sarah now. Okay. Sarah is good. Can you all hear Sarah? Okay. I think we're good. Thank you, everyone.
No, there's the Vietnamese translation.
Vietnamese translation. Venerable Shenren.
Venerable Shenwei, we have a problem. They cannot hear us at all because all the sounds are.
Sarah, we got you. Sarah, we can hear you now.
Cannot hear us at all.
They cannot hear.
Sarah, we can hear
Seems
you
like
now.
Gold Forest cannot hear you guys.
Hello. Sarah, we can hear you now. We can hear you from Go Force now. Can you confirm?
Maybe down there they have to use some.
Venerable Shenren, can you speak through Vietnamese translation? Master, can you say something?
Say something.
We can all hear Master, correct? If you hear Master, please raise your hand.
Something in the way.
한국분 죄송합니다.
Okay,
여기 어디가
everyone can
문제가
hear
있는 것
Master.
같아서
So
지금
we can you hear me?
열심히 고치고 있습니다.
So it's the translators. So Sarah,
Oh, they say now they could hear us on Zoom.
Zoom is okay, I can hear you.
Sarah, can you hear me, Sarah? Can you respond?
No.
But she can't hear me. It's weird. But she can hear Master. Why is that? Okay, anyways. Venerable Shenren, yes? Would you like to speak through Shenren?
I'm talking through Xianren right now.
Yes,
Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you. We can hear you in Go Force. Okay,
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm more concerned about Sarah, who cannot respond in time. Yeah, I don't know why Sarah seems can hear me, but she can't really converse with me. I don't know why. Okay, maybe we can work it out. Let Master start talking. They got it. Okay. Okay, let's put Master on the, yeah, okay.
You're okay now?
Yes.
You all can hear me?
Master, can you talk to Sarah?
Hello, Sarah.
I think she's not using the mic.
No.
Yeah. Okay, she got it. No, but she's talking, we cannot hear her.
Okay.
Wei Mountain is not piping back.
Is there any reason why we have to do it now and not before the class begins?
Right. Because
They have to unmute.
the kid touched the mixer right before they left. And by the time we were testing, Master already set in the Dharma seat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that,
Sorry.
everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming, and it's nice to be with you again. Okay. Chan meditation. Why do we insist on sitting with you and then talking to you? Does anyone know? I wanted to say something else, but then I forgot, so I had to come up with something else. Huh? Why do we, why did Master YongHua taught us Chan? The way he teaches is that you do sit with us and then we speak Dharma for you. Why? Does anyone know? Chinese people who've been through here before. Why is that? Okay, first of all, when you practice meditation, it helps make your body healthier and stronger. Okay, that's the base. If you don't have a healthy body, it doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how much love you have, you can't do anything. Agree? Okay, so meditation should be part of your daily life where it helps build and strengthen your base. All right? And for us, on the bigger picture, okay, you need to have the strength in order to do things. In Mahayana, when I teach you meditation, especially to our people, is in order to train them to become stronger.
Là để
What for? in order to help carry others on our backs. And that's what Mahayana and Buddhism in general is about. Buddhism is about helping others, taking on others' burden and make it your own. And it's for real. It's not about talk. If you keep on talking about, you think of Buddhism is about books and it's about words, you're so wrong. Because Buddhism, first and foremost, is about carrying others. It's about helping others. It's about lifting others' weight. Okay? And that fundamentally requires you to be stronger and stronger, because the stronger you are, the more weight you can lift. All right? So this part of meditation here is consists of sitting. The sitting there will help build your body, will make your mind stronger in particular. For example, it's not uncommon. We have recently in our introductory class, one of the instructors said one of her students, for her entire life have anxiety issues. She's very well educated, have a couple, has a PhD from big university here, important university in Southern California. Is it Southern California? Yeah. MBA and so forth. And worked in a big company. And for her entire life, she has anxiety issues. She's always worried. She's scared. And it's not until she encountered meditation in the latter part of her life that she finally was able to calm herself down, okay, naturally, okay? So that's a proof right there. It's not just to her, but to a lot of people. This training here will make not only your body stronger, but your mind stronger as well. And that takes hard work. You have to, just like exercises, you have to do it regularly. Otherwise, you lose your muscle memory, okay? And so that's why this training here, okay, and we take a step further. We encourage you to meditate every day, make it a habit so you don't think about it anymore, no differently than, like my master said, Master YongHua said, it's just as important as eating, as taking a shower, as putting on clothes, okay? So that's how important it is. So you don't think about it, okay? You should practice meditation every day, all right? For your own well-being, physical and mental well-being. So this sitting here is the base of your daily activities. You should begin with that. I'm very happy to hear that some of our new students who got some great benefits from their brief practice of Chan meditation, that they decided to sacrifice their sleep. They're very busy. I'm sure like most of us, we're extremely busy, okay? We have busy lives. We cannot afford to waste time. And so she has no time to waste. So what she does is, in order to sit a little bit longer, she sleeps less. And it works out fine, okay? In fact, when you have become more and more skilled in meditation, meditation is actually better than sleeping. Okay? Meditation at your level will not be able to totally replace sleep, but it will, you have enough sleep, 1 or 2, 3 hours, okay, depending on your lifestyle, okay, maybe a little bit more, but beyond that, you don't need to sleep as much, and you can meditate instead. Okay, so it's an adjustment process. The fact is that for a lot of people, discovered that meditations is actually, even though you sleep less, they sleep less. They could function, actually they function better during the day. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so the first part of meditation, the class is about sitting. So you learn to sit, okay? That's a skill. You refine over and over again, okay? And not every day is the same. Every sit is different. You're gonna be encountering different challenges, just like the weather. That's the way it is. So that's why we sit, okay? To build our strength, simply put. And then we talk to you. What for? I'll give you an analogy. You ever learn martial arts? Anyone? For us Asians, we love martial arts. I tried Taekwondo, Vietnamese martial arts, Japanese martial arts, you name it. You learn to build your strength and learn how to use your body and defend yourself to attack others. But so in general, martial arts is also a form of meditation, if you will. When you look at the history of martial arts in China, the Shaolin people. The Shaolin was a famous school of martial art. The origin of, you would see, the advanced martial arts in China originated in the Shaolin temple that was invented by the great Chan master Bodhidharma. You Asians all know that, right? Okay, he's very famous because his is very advanced. It's so advanced to the point where he used martial arts to teach his monks, and they became fourth-stage arts from practicing the Shaolin martial arts. And it's not the case anymore. Okay, that's how great the master was. I mean, he knew how to train people, and so this practice here, like martial arts, build your body and so forth. But so later on, the martial arts only was considered as just moving your arm, moving your legs, and moving your body, but they missed out on the part where the great master Bodhidharma taught them what he told them in order to make them become enlightened, because only he knew how to do that. Okay, so my point being that if you learn martial arts alone, then you can easily become a brute. Yes, because when I remember the first thing when my martial arts teacher told me is that, so now you're a brown belt, okay, you better learn this. Do not challenge others because they're going to beat the heck out of you. Okay, that's rule number one. Just because you're brown belt here in my dojo doesn't mean you can defend yourself out there. Let's get this straight. Okay, so we learned that because one of our fellow students got beaten up real bad. He's a black belt. You think he's cool. But no, it's a different world. Martial arts is these practices and these belts are only meaningful in a dojo environment. With real life, it may not mean anything. So the point being that if you learn martial arts, you easily become a brute. You can use your body, and you become stronger, and you don't know how to use your body. Okay, you don't have the wisdom to use your body. Okay, so that's why we need to talk to you to make sure that you use your meditation skills, you use your strength properly so that you don't get in trouble. So far, so good? Is that clear? So that's why it's critical. It is so wrong for you to assume that we meditate, you stand up, you walk away and say, I meditated. No, it's only half of your training. So for example, at home, okay, when you meditate at home, you don't have the same environment here. So what about the instructions? That's what you do. You meditate at home for whatever time you can wrestle from your busy schedule, and then let's say you drive to work or you go do something. On your way to work, onto the office, as you're driving, or sit on the bus, or on the train, on the metro, on the subway, okay? You should be listening to the Dharma, to the instruction from the great teachers like Master YongHua, okay? And that's part of your training process. Is that clear? Okay, now, before I forget, there is, if you look at Chan meditation from a Mahayana perspective, remember this process we're teaching you is one of the most advanced training program we have in Mahayana is Chan. That's how we use Chan to train our people very, very quickly. Develop the skills very, very quickly, make them stronger very quickly, mentally, physically, and then teach them the proper things, how to use their strength properly. Okay? So Chan is a very, very important tool for transmitting our Dharma, our knowledge, our wisdom to the next generations. So this training in Chan training is very special because it has actually, you look at the process, okay, of sitting and talking, that's a combination of gradual teaching and sudden teaching. Gradual teaching is you're grinding it out, you're sitting there, okay? And that will help you gradually open your heart, open up your mind gradually, okay? Maybe very slowly, but it's right there, okay? Gradually, very gently, opening up yourself, your mind, okay? And then sudden teaching is when we talk to you, okay? Just when, tough luck for you, I have no wisdom. So that's why I try to repeat the words of the great teachers only. But if you had, you had the chance to meet with, take a class from Master YongHua and so forth, okay? His words are directed towards each and every one of us. Okay, that's called sudden teaching in Chan meditation. That's what enables us to make big leap, big improvements. And that's the difference between Chan meditation and all the other meditations in the world. That's right there. The instructions have to be given to you for you to leap and free from your own self-imposed limitations. You all too smart. You all say, oh, I know, I can't do that. I know myself. This, I have certain limitations. In fact, those limitations are only in your mind. And this Chan meditation frees your mind from your own restrictions. Okay? And that completes the circle, by the way. Because when your mind is freed and enables you to open and unfold the wisdom, your mind is free. You can see better. You can understand more. Okay? You can be taught so much faster. You know what happens? It closes the circle because you have wisdom, because you understand more. Your body now rises to the same level as your mind. Okay? So that's why it makes you even healthier than before. Case in point, look at this old monk here. He left. He shaved his head. At what age, Master Old Monk? I like to call him Old Monk because it makes you feel younger. That's all. What year was that? You remember? 67 years old. Huh? 67. It's too bad we don't have a mobile camera, for zoom to his face and say, 67 years old. And how old are you now?
Bây giờ con 77 thôi.
10 years later. So he's been a monk for 10 years. Wow, look at that. Okay. He's a special case in our world. When you become a monk after the age of 62, we don't ordain you anymore. Okay, but I copied my late Chinese teacher and I ordained him anyway, just to cheat the death, the King Yama, and see what he does. And the only question in my mind, honestly, was that, is he too old to become enlightened? Since it's really, typically people, if you can ordain him, here we are ordaining him. So, what happens, if he's going to become enlightened or not? So anyway, it turns out that he loved to practice Chan, and that's what saved him. Actually, he should have died years ago, from heart problems. Now it's kidney problems, and that's what happens to all of us, not just him. Okay, the body dies gradually. Okay, unless we do something about it. And my proof is that this old monk here improved tremendously. He had sudden leaps as well, many times. That's why he's still alive. So that's what I call closing the loop. Because if you leap, your body health also leaps as well. Questions, comments? Okay, good. I feel good, so there's no need to go any further. No questions, no comments. If he can do it, so can you. Okay, and that's the beauty of Chan meditation. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, a child. Actually, in our world, many young children became enlightened themselves, became, the skills are very advanced themselves. So never sell yourself short. Okay, anything is possible. It's all in your mind. All right? There's some questions. Goody. Okay, go ahead, Conk.
스님 질문 있습니다.
Master, hello?
고통에 대해서
Hello from Joel Conk.
마음이 괴로운 것도
Can you hear me?
고통에 대해서 질문드립니다. 안 되거든요. 어떻게 하는지 잘 모르겠어요. 네. 고통에 대해서 질문 드리고 싶습니다. 고는 마음이 괴로운 거고, 심적으로 통은 육체가 아픈 것 같은데, 보통 고와 통을 분리가 가능한 건지, 그러니까 통이 생기니까 제가 끌려가가지고 힘이 들거든요. 그래서 이거 분리가 가능한 건지 그걸 질문 드리고 싶습니다.
Hi, Master. This is Chimbok. I have a question about suffering. Suffering and pain. So the mind suffers and the physical body feels the pain. I experienced this too, and I would like to know, is it possible to separate the mind, the suffering coming from mind, and the physical pain?
I'm not clear about the question. Can you be specific about, give me an example of, let's say, excuse me, you sit and legs hurt. So the physical pain there. What about the mind? Where is the mind hurt?
네. 그 다리가 너무 아프니까요. 제 생각에는 마음이 거기에 그 고통에 끌려가서, 근데 이제 제가, 나는 그 마음이 끌려가지 않으면, 이거 통증이구나 하면서 마음이 끌려가지 않고, 난 편안하다 하면은 좀 더 낫더라고요. 그래서, 우리가 육체적으로 통증이 오면 거기에 마음도 같이 끌려가잖아요. 근데 나는 괜찮다 스스로 내 정신력으로, 나는 괜찮다 하면서 하면 좀 더 편해지는 것 같아가지고, 이게 육체와 정신이 따로 놀 수 있느냐, 그게 가능하느냐, 그거를 질문드리고 싶은 거예요. 결과부자를 할 때 다리가 너무 아프니까 내 마음도 거기 끌려가, 이거 너무 괴로워 하지 않고, 다리가 아픈 건 통증이야 하면서 저는 마음으로 딱 잡고 있으면 좀 낫더라 이거죠. 이게 완전히 분리가 가능한 건지. 맞나요?
네, 고맙습니다. Master, so it's coming from my, when I sit in full lotus position. So my leg hurts and I think about the pain and then my mind follows the pain. And then he said, I feel the pain. But if I keep thinking that it's okay, I try to separate the mind and from the feeling of pain, the acknowledgement of the pain, then I start to feel better. So I'm just wondering, is there any way I could separate the acknowledgement of the pain from the mind versus actual pain, actual leg pain?
Separate the acknowledgement of the mind of the pain from the pain. I'm not sure your translation makes sense. I'm sure that's not what he means.
I'm going to try one more time, Master. So he sits down and then he feels the leg pain. And then he realized with his mind that there is a pain. And then he tried to understand that's coming. He tried to realize that that's his mind. Mind is acknowledging the pain. So he tried to convince himself in a way, it's okay, it's not hurting. It's you try to separate your mind from the actual feeling of the pain. Then he feels much better.
Okay, so in other words, is it fair to say my interpretation is that the legs hurt, so it bothers him. So he says, I'm going to fool myself and tell myself it shouldn't bother me. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, stop it. What are you doing fooling yourself? You lie to yourself. That's a horrible thing. We Chinese people don't do that. When we hurt, we say, oh, it hurts. Oh, I hate this. Okay, that's being true to yourself. You don't say that, it doesn't hurt. I don't hurt. You believe that? It doesn't bother me. No one believes it, not even yourself. Okay, so cut it out. Be like a man. How old are you? Use your number, use your fingers. $55. What are you doing? You should be mature enough not to lie to yourself. When you get beyond 50, you stop lying to yourself, okay? That's a rule. Okay? That's typical of you people. You know, you're too smart. You find a way to fight, but it's a good thing that you're fighting and so forth. And you find ways to fool yourself. I did that too, by the way. And I also did that. I said, no, it doesn't hurt. And after that, years later, I felt so ashamed of myself. Oh my God, I keep on fooling myself. What kind of monk am I? I'm worse than you. You only, you're a lay person, it's okay to lie to yourself. But as a monk, we're not supposed to lie to ourselves. Okay. So it's a natural thing for you to learn to deal with the pains. It's a good thing, and I'm sure you come up with more ways to deal with the pain. But let me tell you how to deal with the pain. That's what you're fishing for, yes? Okay? When it hurts, what do? Bear it. That's all. Don't think. Just bear it. A little bit more, that's all. Just bear more of it. And once you meet your quota of bearing more, you can continue, you can quit, doesn't matter anymore. Okay? Just bear a little bit more. That's, if you do that, secret is you improving automatically. You're bearing more. That's improvement right there. Okay? Chan teaches you, trains you to bear more of it. So for example, are you married? Yes, you're married. So imagine like you go home and your wife yells at you. Okay? And you say, I want to bear 2 more minutes with this. 2 more, okay? And that's what will make your marriage stronger. Because eventually your wife will get tired. You see? See who wins in the end? And then after 2 minutes, well, I still can handle another 2 minutes. And then she's, eventually, she's be so tired. He said, okay. You win, okay? I don't want to get tired. I don't want to get angry at you anymore. See? I know I'm joking, but that's exactly what we meditators can do. We can take it. We can bear it. No matter how difficult it is, and you know that pain in our legs is so difficult to bear. Why is it difficult? Not because really of the pain. It's because your mind says, this is stupid. This is nonsense. You are smart, 55 years old. What are you doing, submitting yourself to this nonsense? Right? That's what really hurts. It's not the hurt. Same thing. Your wife yells at you. Who do you think you are? Okay? Right? So it's us who punishes ourselves. The leg pains is a natural thing. It will increase and eventually it will go away. So part of our training is a journey of discovery. Okay? We see what happens to us physically and mentally as we go through this process. Then the rule of thumb is to endure more, a little bit more, a little bit more. That's all. And eventually, you break through. And that makes you a stronger, a certified stronger person, physically and mentally. That's all. It's very, very simple. It's so simple that people don't believe it anymore. Especially you in the future who wish to teach Chan meditation, you cannot read it from a book. You have to go through this process yourself. You have to endure it, okay? Remember, 2 parts of the training, gradual training, endurance, and boom, leap. Has to be both at the same time in Chan meditation. All right? So, it's blue collar. It is hard work for us. Okay, Chan meditation is exercise. Look at it, if you like to exercise, and so forth to maintain your health. It's necessary. Okay, but at the same time, you have these words of wisdom that have proven to be very helpful for all of us. All right? Now, as far as this training here, let me give you a warning, okay? It's comfortable for you to be online. I understand that because it's safe. The COVID thing, you never know, okay? But you have to be, to understand that part of the training here is learning how to improve yourself, okay? And eventually, okay, this is only a temporary thing, but eventually you should join a class where you see other people. There are several reasons why it's beneficial. You want to meditate with people who are better than you, okay? And so in a setting like this, for example, I'm looking at the room here. I see people at all different levels, low level to very high level. And you being together like that is actually helpful for the people who are lower levels and the higher levels. Okay? So you benefit from being, practicing next to people who are better than you. Okay? Higher level than you. That's point number 1. That's the first advantage. It's for real. Okay? And another advantage I can think of is part of the learning is from your peers. Okay? You learn from your peers. The teaching I found that part of the training, the learning process is we learn from the teacher, we learn from the instructor, we also learn from our peers. So, for example, a lot of things I don't teach you, I don't tell you, okay? Because I taught, for example, that lady already, and that's why she does things certain ways. Okay? And she sits differently than this monk there, okay? She understands things differently, okay? So that's why part of your learning process is to be with others so that you can watch what they do, especially the ones who are better than you, or even the ones who are not as good as you. You can see what they're doing that's wrong, okay? So you don't make the same mistakes. So you learn from your peers, okay? That's a very important part of the process, okay? Because a lot of things I will not repeat. You're supposed to look at someone, you hear someone is good, for example, someone have a breakthrough, then you should, find a way to give him a cigarette or buy him a drink or, or bribe him in some way to tell you how. Share with you his personal experience. okay? Because that's part of the process of learning, is to learn from your peers, not just from the teacher, from the instructor alone. Okay? So that's why I encourage you, if possible, look, for example, Malcolm, I can see now, I recognize the white face, okay, in the jewel conch, okay? Yeah, there you go. Okay, he heard about the Koreans, so he flew to Korea, went to quarantine for 14 days at the cost of $1,400, so that he can be with the Koreans. Look at that, okay? We don't know what he's going to learn from them, but as part of the process, part of the fun too, is that you get together a group of people with common interests, okay? And actually, I enjoy doing that myself because I see, some people I admire. I like the way they walk, the way they smile, the way they talk, and that's how you learn, okay? From watching people. Okay. So that's very important. It's for you to eventually find a way to get to these way places and these good teachers. So in that spirit, I'd like to make the announcement that next year I expect the Korea to be back to normal. So I will bring a team of people to go to Korea around March or April, because it's time for us to meet with you personally, okay, and practice with you. There's no substitute for that. Trust me, it's nothing like human touch, human contact. Okay, I learn a lot from meeting people like you and people better than me and so forth. So we will make a point to physically be there with you, and so we divide our time between Southern, Northern California and Korea. So, by the way, Korea is important to us because we've been invited to Korea from one of my early disciples from Korea, and that's why this class here is designed to assist and the people in Korea, which is one of the anchors in Asia for us. Okay, so that's why we'll be a traveling show. We'll be maybe some of you here would like to go to Korea as well. Okay, and especially in the springtime, the cherry blossoms are gorgeous. Okay, all right. So that's what we plan to do. Is next year we will go to Korea to do a Fochi and Chanchi, because I know many of you have a hard time flying all the way to the U.S. So that's why we're going to do that. So for Asia, all right. Any questions? So it's about deciding the time frame and so forth. We'll probably be there for a month or two, depending on how much work we have to do here. Okay. Whether the work gets completed. All right, questions or comments? Go ahead, Malcolm.
Hello, Master.
Hi.
First of all, it's amazing to be in Korea, and everybody's really awesome. My question is off topic, but I've been attending a lot of the ceremonies all throughout the day, and I've been hearing spirits during the ceremonies, and I've heard a voice behind me, a whisper, and said, "Malcolm," and I don't know if that means anything, or is that opening the spiritual ear, opening anything?
Yes, Malcolm, you're a special case. You live with cuckoo, So it's not uncommon for you to hear things or imagine things. Yeah, continue.
Oh, that was it. I just hear spirits and sounds like, I
What
don't know what they sound like, swirls or something, and that was it.
what did they tell you? You know,
Just
you're
heard
not the
some-
first of all.
Name right here, and then that was it, as far as what I could understand.
In Korean,
But it-
they spoke to you in Korean.
No, Master. But it's when I let go more during the ceremonies and just kind of go with the flow, and then I start hearing different things.
Ooh. Yeah, it's not uncommon at all because you hear, your ears will begin to switch to different wavelengths, and you could hear things, okay, from different wavelengths, okay, other than the normal wavelength that your ears are able to operate at, okay. So it's not uncommon at all for you to hear things and for people to see things, okay. Have you seen anything? Have you seen any ghosts?
No, Master, not at Jewel Mountain or Jewel Conch, but only at Way Mountain and Gold Forest.
Yeah. Okay, the Koreans should not be alarmed. There are 10 of them coming next month. Yes, we do have a lot of ghosts in California, okay, especially in our temples. But they're very friendly. They better be friendly, you hear? That's normal. But in our defense, we have ghosts. We also have bodhisattvas and wanyas and all those good people as well. It's a mixed bag. Seriously, don't pay attention. Okay, you're so easily distracted. Okay, just because you hear something, ignore it. You don't have to do anything. Okay, just whatever you hear, if it's in Korean, record it, and then get it translated later or something. But other than that, don't worry about it. Okay? But this guy is crazy. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? We have a few more minutes, and then you have to stop. Anyone else? Look at that. I can see in the background they're preparing lunch. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, Senan is preparing the table. Mm-hmm. All right.
Kính thưa thầy.
Yes, yellow. Yellow here. Mute power. Sorry, we have a lot of equipment we're still learning how to use, and typically they hire a professional audio engineer or something. We can't afford it, so forget it. Eventually, give us a few years, we'll eventually figure it out.
Just say.
Yes, Red.
Dạ, kính thưa thầy, câu hỏi này của con nó cũng hơi đi về vấn đề tâm linh một chút xíu, tại vì anh Malcolm vừa nói chuyện về vấn đề mà hearing things. Con thì con được biết, con thấy là đôi khi con nghe câu chuyện đó, là có những người mà họ vừa mới mất đi á, gia đình thường thường thấy những con bướm trắng nó bay đến, thì ra cái đó có là coincidence hay là có thể là cái cách của người mất đi, họ muốn lại họ say goodbye với những người còn lại, hay làm sao? Con cũng nghe những câu chuyện nó như vậy, con không biết cái đó có mình có, nếu mà là những thành ra cái câu hỏi thứ nhất là câu hỏi đó của con. Cái thứ hai á, nếu mà đó là những người mà từ họ mất đi thì mình biết là mình không biết là họ đã được giải thoát chưa, hay là mình, nếu mà họ chưa được giải thoát thì mình cần phải làm cái gì? Dạ, xin phép. Con rất là thắc mắc của con khi con nghe những câu chuyện như vậy ạ. Kính thưa thầy.
Okay, let's see if they can translate that.
Master, can you hear me?
Yes.
So from whatever Malcolm just sharing, so I've been hearing a lot of story about they say that people who just pass away and then they can transform into a form of a white buffalo. I don't know whether this is a coincidence or whatever, but they believe that this is a way of the deceased come back to say goodbye. So I'm not really sure if this is correct or not. That is the first question. And then the second question is, for example, if we know that the disease come back as a white butterfly, how do we know whether they get liberation or not? And then is there any way we can do to help them?
Oh my God, I have to ask this question with 2 minutes left. It's not uncommon for people after they pass away to have different manifestations, see different manifestations. So there are countless different manifestations. So it's very difficult to interpret. Okay, you have to talk about a particular person at that moment, and then it's easier to see. Then because these manifestations, it varies. There's no fixed formulas at all, no fixed rule of thumbs at all. But in general, here's the rule of thumb. This is knowledge that only the Buddhists know, and the outside world don't have any clues. The people don't realize that after your last breath, after your expire, after you die, your consciousness, okay, goes into a state of limbo, okay, where you be there. To put it bluntly, you become a ghost. It's called an intermediate skandha body, meaning that you have this body here right now. You're going to get a next body after 49 days approximately. So in between these two bodies, that's the state you are in. It's a state of in-being, okay? And that's why the technical jargon for the Buddhists is intermediate skandha body. So this is body between two bodies, old body and new body. Okay, that's why we have a concept of wheel reincarnation. You have this body here we have right now. Eventually, you get a new body and come back into this wheel. Okay, endlessly. We've been doing this endlessly, and so this intermediate skandha body here is a yin body, yin nature, yin energy that will be there for around 49 days, and in the Asian culture. Okay, we have the concept of King Yama, where he's a judge in the underworld, where he decides based on your karmic things, where the good things and bad things you created during your past life. Okay, the life where that just ended, and based on that record, you have 49 days in order to decide here what he can decide, what body you're going to get next. So that's why the Buddhists are very wise. This is out of compassion that Shakyamuni Buddha taught us this. He says, during this 49-day period here, okay, you can create blessings on behalf of the deceased, so that the tabulation in King Yama the plus and minuses. If you create good karmas by reciting sutra, reciting Buddha's name, doing charitable things, and so on behalf of the deceased, you're accruing, you're increasing the good karmas, the blessings for the deceased, so that overall, you combine the two. King Yama says, with this kind of balance, you're on the plus. So I send you to a good destination, like go back to human realm, go up to the heavens, or even better, go to the Pure Land. So that's why it's very important, especially you who are not Buddhists, to understand that this has nothing to do with you being a Buddhist or not. This is what happens to all of us who are not enlightened. We need to go seeking Yama after we die, okay? And that's what the key thing we need to focus on is. Don't worry about the manifestation. There's too many of them, okay? It's endless. We can write books and make a lot of movies about them, and they're not going to help the deceased. The key here of the Buddhist teaching is we need to do something to help the deceased. So this period here is very opportune for us to do something, create merit, okay, create blessings, so that the plus column is increased tremendously. It increases a lot, then now the deceased has more options to choose from, one of which is to go to the Pure Land, which is, to me, the best possible. Okay, so that's why we encourage you, whether you're Buddhist or not, you should, when you have someone who is deceased, create some good deeds, do some good deeds on behalf of the deceased. If better yet, you go to a temple, a good temple, and ask them to recite or create merit and virtues on behalf of the deceased, so that the plus columns is increased. Okay. So that's what we recommend. Okay, whether it's a manifestation means this and means that, it belongs to the past. We need to look forward to the future. Okay, and that's the main thing. That's what we recommend. Okay, talking about the past is not going to help the deceased. Okay, it only helps us and know more about silly things which are meaningless. And the objective in Buddhism is relief and help the deceased who's in dire needs for help. Okay, so that's what you should be doing, is we help these people. And the Buddhists are luckier in a sense, because we have this tradition of going to the temple and asking the temples to recite sutras and recite mantras and explain sutras and so forth in the Buddha's name, in order to generate blessings for the deceased. All right, and if you do it right, the deceased will be extremely grateful to you. Okay. All right. Does it help? Okay. Very good. Okay. Time is up. Thank you so much. And we'll see you, next time. Okay. Again, for Korea time, we're going to take a break until 8:30, and we do our sutra lectures. Okay. All right. Thank you all.